then that is the appropriate consequence. Yeah.
Do you have thoughts on just how long this whole process has taken? Nearly a decade to
Yeah.
get to this point.
I'll turn that over to my sister.
Just as it relates to healing, I think that's something that it takes time, but I think that as it relates to the law process itself, it was an extensive period of time, around May 2019 when we had to come for the actual trial. So much time had already passed. And as my sister mentioned in her statement, we had already forgiven Carter in our hearts. And so getting to this point where the sentencing actually went forth and the trial proceeded, that it's not going to bring my father back. You know, my sister also mentioned in her victim impact statement that it's the mercy of God that Carter was here to hear the sentencing. My father was not, but he was. And she mentioned that we don't always get what we deserve. And so while he did get natural life, he's alive to get natural life. My father will never see that. And so we release him. We walk in the freedom of our forgiveness, and we do pray for him that he comes into the knowledge of the truth. I didn't expect anything different from Carter. I didn't expect his reaction to be anything different from what it was today. He didn't have a chance in life. Carter already was sentenced to life before he was sentenced to life. So today was just, it was a natural determination for consequences that he chose to do. But he didn't really have much of a choice in his life. You know, they mentioned what his life was like when he was younger. And as a child, you do need that rearing. He didn't get it. So did he have the option to choose right from wrong? I think we've all been given that. Do we always make the right choices? No. Do I hate Mr. Carter? No. Do I feel sorry for Mr. Carter? Yes. Do I miss my father? Yes. But I still love him, and I love Mr. Carter. And I pray that maybe he might encounter the truth while he's in jail. You never know how these things work, but I believe Romans 8:28, all things are working out for our good. So with that said, I mean, God bless you all. God bless Mr. Carter. God bless the judges. God bless all of the state's attorneys. God bless the Chicago Police Department for their work and everything that they did. As a member of the Chicago Police Department, I've never seen such an outpouring of love that I've seen now. The courtroom was filled with support and love, and for that I'm grateful. And I go into the holiday with that spirit.
Would you mind saying and telling your person last name?
Yeah, no problem. My name is Jada Murray, Murry. I just got married in June, so everybody still calls me Bailey, but it's Murray.
And you decided to join the force after this happened?
I did. I joined the Chicago Police Department in October of 2011, and this was following my father's death. And even then, a lot of people asked me, why did I still choose to go into this profession after what happened to him? But my father died at the hand of doing what he did his whole life, which was serving and protecting. And I just think it's a testament to how, even as police officers, we're a part of the communities that we serve, which means we're not exempt to the crimes that the community faces, because crime is not a matter necessarily of environment, but the condition of man's heart. And so if we don't reach the heart, environment is only a byproduct of what people choose to do in life. But it's really a heart issue.
Did you want to become a police officer before your father was killed?
I did. My father had me in multiple police programs. I was in the Chicago Police and Fire Training Academy in high school. I was a cadet in college, and that's what I did right before I got hired. So I have a very profound respect for the Chicago Police Department. I think it's probably one of the most noble professions any person can ever have. And I think it's a profession that closely mirrors Christ, and is very sacrificial in that we lay our lives down continually. And we don't always often get the thanks that we deserve, but we're not looking for thanks.
What kind of officer was your dad?
Well, my father, he was the type of officer he was the type of person he was. My father was very compassionate. And my father loved people. My father was always interested in pouring into people. He was always interested in bringing people into a greater sense of self and peace. You know, my father, he did want to get the bad guy, but his heart was so that the streets would be a better place for not just his children, but other people's children. Not just his wife, but other people's wives, your children. So he got up every morning with that in mind. And I think many of the police officers do that every morning, every day. It is definitely a sacrifice that we make time and time again. And like I mentioned before, we're not asking for thanks. This is a thankless job oftentimes, but we don't do it for that. We do it because we love the people that we serve. So, thank you so much.
Last name.
Sure. Danielle Drayton.
Spell it.
D is in David, Rayton.
How do you spell Danielle, actually?
Danielle.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you, sir? Good to see you.
Very good. How you doing?
You know, it's difficult, obviously, this is for the Bailey family. It's been difficult for the family of the Chicago Police Department. I mean, in that year, 2010, you guys had a number of officers. So when you talk about just how you have worked through that and how, why it was important to be here, to be in support of the family, but to see it through to its conclusion.
Well, I worked in a first district with Michael Bailey, and I actually worked with Jada Bailey also. And every year, police officers are murdered throughout this country and in our city. So every year, unfortunately, police officers are murdered on this job. We stand together. That's the bottom line. And that's how we support each other and we stand together. That's how we get through it. And it's who we are and what we stand for. I mean, I don't really think there's much more you could say. We stand for each other because that's what we have. We have each other. You know, like I said, I work with Michael and Jada, and they're both great people. I know the mothers, the family, and that's what we do for every officer that's killed or murdered across this country. We stand together.
You feel like you got justice?
I don't believe there is justice. When someone like Michael Bailey's taken away, you see the repercussions of what happens to that family. There is no justice. You learn to. I've lost great friends of mine that are police officers. John Knight, Mike Flist. I've lost a lot of great friends on this job. There is no justice. These families now have to grow up without their father, and there really is no justice. I mean, I commend the judge for doing the right thing, but people like this are dangerous people, and they don't belong in the street. We can't feel sorry. We need to start feeling sorry for the victims, not the offenders. Thank you.
Also like to say that the prosecutors did a great job on this case, and we're extremely grateful for that.
Thank you.